Every year gardeners rush into spring with enthusiasm, and weak soil. They toss seeds into beds that are exhausted from the last growing season, hoping warmer days will magically fix everything. Then they wonder why basil stays pale, rosemary sulks, and peppermint spreads but has no punch. What most people never learn is that spring success isn't created in spring. The moment that decides your entire herb harvest happens right now, when most gardens look cold and dead. Winter is not the break, winter is the opportunity. If you treat winter like your soil's recovery clinic, you give beneficial microbes months to rebuild structure and unlock nutrients while plants rest. You give roots a richer foundation, you give essential oils a reason to intensify. By the time temperatures rise again, your soil is already miles ahead, and your herbs explode with vigor while everyone else scrambles to diagnose problems. So before you pack up the tools for the season, do this one thing: feed the soil. I'm going to walk you through exactly what to use, why it matters for herbs specifically, and how winter multiplies the benefits in a way spring simply can't match. Let's set you up for the most flavorful harvest you've ever had. Winter fertilizing is about restoring the soil rather than stimulating growth. Herbs don't respond well to aggressive nitrogen boosts when they're not actively growing. They're designed to be resilient, to handle lean conditions, and to focus on root health when daylight shortens. Winter fertilizing respects that natural rhythm. Instead of trying to force green leaves in freezing weather, we enrich the underground ecosystem. Microorganisms remain active in winter soil, especially under a protective layer of mulch. They digest organic matter slowly, the perfect pace for gentle herbs. Think of winter amendments as deep nourishment, subtle, steady, and honestly transformational. Compost is the most crucial winter addition because herbs thrive on biological richness. Compost is the cornerstone of any high-performance herb bed, and winter gives it time to become part of the soil rather than just sitting on top as a spring afterthought. When winter rain and microbial activity blend compost into the top 6 inches, magic happens. Drainage improves for Mediterranean herbs like lavender and oregano. Water retention improves for moisture lovers like parsley. Nutrients become more evenly distributed, never harsh or overwhelming. A solid layer of well-finished compost now means better color, stronger stems, and bolder flavors later. No fancy product beats this foundational move. Aged manure rebuilds nutrient reserves and fuels soil life during the off-season. If your summer garden included heavy-feeding herbs such as basil, cilantro, or dill, your soil needs replenishment, and aged manure does exactly that. The key here is aged. Fresh manure is too hot, but manure that has matured for 6 months or more transforms into a gentle powerhouse. Over winter, it continues to break down safely, enriching soil biology at a controlled pace. By spring, nitrogen levels stabilize into a usable, not explosive form. Work a modest amount into your raised beds, and you'll notice a stronger baseline of vigor across all your herbs. Bone meal delivers the phosphorus that roots crave for health and essential oil production. Flavors, aromas, medicinal potency. None of that starts in the leaves. It all starts in the roots. That's why herbs with strong therapeutic profiles respond so well to bone meal. It releases phosphorus slowly as soil warms, building robust root networks ready to support lush new shoots. Chives, thyme, rosemary, and sage especially benefit as they allocate winter energy below ground. When spring hits, they don't wake up confused, they wake up ready. Rock dust restores mineral complexity that modern soil often lacks. Years of harvesting, watering, and weeding gradually strip away minerals that matter, not the big three, but the dozens of trace elements that influence chlorophyll density and volatile oil chemistry. Rock dust is how serious herb gardeners bring those elements back. As winter moisture interacts with the dust, micronutrients dissolve and seep into the soil profile. The result is not just normal growth. It's more fragrant mint, more resinous rosemary and oregano with real punch instead of bland leaves that look good but taste forgettable. This is the difference between growing herbs and growing exceptional herbs. Seaweed and kelp products really toughen herbs against cold, stress and disease. You know, winter brings all sorts of swings, from thaw to freeze, dry to soggy, and herbs can definitely struggle to maintain their cellular integrity. Seaweed kind of steps in as nature's resilience tonic. The potassium and those natural growth hormones found in kelp, well, they strengthen cell walls, improve stress tolerance, and support root function through all those winter hardships. So, you'll want to apply kelp meal right into the soil or give your herbs one final liquid drench before that deep frost sets in. Hardy herbs? Well, they become even hardier. And those borderline ones? They survive things they otherwise wouldn't. Cover crops, when chosen and managed specifically for herb beds, actually become fertilizer. Honestly, leaving soil bare over winter is just a lost opportunity. Even a small cover crop can fix nitrogen, control erosion, suppress weeds, and feed those microbes all season long. Legumes like clover or winter peas quietly enrich the soil. Then, when chopped into the top layer in early spring, they become fresh organic matter just in time for planting. Herb growers often skip this step in small spaces, but those who adopt it consistently see noticeable improvement in soil texture and root penetration. Mulch is slow-release fertility and temperature control combined. A thick mulch layer insulates your soil and feeds it as it breaks down. Earthworms will continue converting decomposing leaves into castings, which is, honestly, one of the most potent natural fertilizers available. Mulch prevents frost heaving, a silent killer of young perennial herbs, and protects the soil food web from harsh exposure. Come early spring, simply pull mulch away from the crowns, and you'll find soil that is darker, richer, and so much more alive than it was at the first frost. Synthetic fertilizers have no place in the winter herb garden. Avoid this common mistake. If a fertilizer offers instant results, skip it until active growth returns. You don't want top growth right now. You want foundation. Quick nitrogen is the enemy of dormancy. It weakens herbs, triggers frost damage, and creates disease-prone tissues at, honestly, the worst possible time of year. Winter fertilizers must release slowly, feed biology, and respect the plant's natural cycles. The gardeners who win in spring are the ones who invest in winter. So while everyone else is closing the gate and calling it quits, you are quietly building a soil environment that is ready, genuinely ready, for an explosive new season of aromatic success. Come April, your garden won't be waking up groggy. It will be launching, fueled by everything you gave it when the garden looked still. If you learned something today that'll help your herbs perform at their best, go ahead and subscribe, tap like, and share this guide with gardeners who want more than merely keeping plants alive. Let's grow smarter, stronger, and far more flavorful gardens together.